herself that she's got that title. That title or the abbreviation is next speaker to listen to. So please give Anette a warm hand.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. Good to be here, I would say. Did you enjoy yesterday? Yes. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Anette Barlöf is my name. I will today give you some information about what a paradigm is, and also about what paradigm we're entering right now, and also why intuition is so important in that new paradigm that we're entering. And then we will practice. Is that okay with you? We will practice on some easy tools how to get the knowledge about yourself, what you are, about your beliefs on a subconscious level. You can test that. So I will teach you how to test it. And it will be totally safe. There is nothing to fear. You don't even have to believe in it. You should just relax and follow. Is that okay? Okay, good. How many in this room are already intuitive? How many are consciously or aware of when they are intuitive and when they are logic? Also some, yeah. Not always for me. But I know how to be aware when I need it. And that is also something that we can talk about. Okay. I have a lot of name dropping here. So this is something that I have catch, tools and knowledge that I have catch from different sources. Quant physicians say the same thing, spiritual leaders, and also future scientists are talking, all of them are talking about a new paradigm. And there are very many similarities in their messages, even though the way they transport it or the way they speak it out can be quite different. So you will have these presentations. I guess all of the attendance on this conference will have it. So you have all the names. So you can go and Google on these names if you're interested in this. You can go and Google and see what they are really saying. So just collect a lot of information from this. Me, Anette Barlöf. I'm the founder of the company Making Change Happen. That is where my passion is, to really make change happen. Yeah, you can see. What we create in Making Change Happen is brave and skilled change agents who are making change happen. And that could be, people say that change takes time. How many think that? Change have to take time. That's a paradigm. I say that change can go very fast. And usually, or I don't know if you recognize it, but the biggest changes that I have done in life usually have came down like a flash on an early Tuesday morning or something, where we really have to change something. This doesn't work any longer. Something have happened that made that decision to make change happen. I say that change can be done fast, it could be done easy, even graceful, and it could be joyful. So that is what we do. In the company we have partnership agreements with about 300 change agents today. So even though I'm alone in the company, I have good colleagues to work with. So yeah, this is all the presentation you've already had. I claim to be intuitive. I claim to be a change agent. The other things are a lot of well, to have. I'm an engineer in the past, or I have an engineer degree. Maybe that's what you should say. That's something else. I used to build houses. I used to make laminate floorings. I used to market laminate floorings. I used also to implement new ways of working in the manufacturing, in the supply chain. 10 years ago, I used to work with those things. Since the last 10 years, I've been teaching in project management, and there was a few hands, people that have heard me speak before or been to my classes maybe. Usually I've been connected maybe to work breakdown structures, communication plans, stakeholder maps, life cycles, risk management plans and things like that. Quite a lot methodology and structure. Today you will test a totally different side of me. You will see something else today maybe. Yeah, what else? Let's see if I should say something else there. Don't have to. These are some of my clients. I usually work with quite big international companies where I got my clients. My most common task today is really mentoring project managers. Usually that's what happens when people have come to my trainings. Very often they come and want more, but the individual helps. I work a lot with. And then you have both the tools, but it could also be that we have to remove some blockings, some beliefs that my client have on a subconscious level that really blocks them from getting flow into life or blocking their communication. So that could be. Anyway, what is a paradigm? Do you say? You awake? Good. Anyone that wants? Yeah?
The glasses you wear, outlook on life.
Yeah. The glasses you wear? Yeah, could be. How you look at the world? Thinking patterns or thought patterns? Yeah. Very often paradigms have also some kind of scientific discipline that have, it could be the earth is a sphere, the Darwin's theory of evolution could be a paradigm. It could also be Einstein's theory of energy. That is what we believe today. Very much in technology is based on those theories. What if we get to know something else? Maybe they were right, but we don't know. So it is some kind of more or less collective or common thought pattern that we might have. What is then a change, a paradigm? A shift. It's a radical change of these thinking patterns. Okay, what paradigms have we been in and where are we heading, really? I have taken this from Troed Troedsson from Paradigmmäklarna. Some of you might have met him. He talks about information and knowledge. And if we start with the first, or some time ago, we have the farmer society. That was a paradigm. In the farmer society, it was very much muscle power that was needed. We were self-supportive and very much was about survival, to really to work to survive and to keep your family, yourself and your family alive, so to say. Information and knowledge, of course, it was a lot of knowledge and a lot of information, but maybe not so complex. Then we came in, people moved into the cities, and we created an industrial society instead. In the industrial society, very often still, it was muscle power that was the most needed. But since we were more people that had to work in the same way, it was more conformity and more routines needed to be able to handle more information, not necessarily more knowledge, not yet. Knowledge then. We have been into the technology society or the knowledge society, sometimes we talk about it like that, where brain power is the most powerful force that we have. Knowledge has been more complex. There is also a need of control. How many in this room, sometimes as project managers, think that there are a little bit too many templates to fill in projects? Just to keep control on your projects, or someone else should keep control on your projects. It's not necessarily your control. Knowledge will not decrease. Knowledge will probably increase. The question is, can we handle more information? Will the human brain be able to handle even more templates, documentation, control? Or is it something else? People get burned out because of the working load they have in projects. Project manager, I work with a colleague of mine, she works as a stress therapist. The most common client she has is project managers. So take care. Yeah. We have to handle more knowledge, yeah, but not necessarily have more information handled. So what the new paradigm, whatever it will be called, spiritual leaders, they talk about the new human being that will be called Homo luminous will be the new name. So we go from Homo sapiens to Homo luminans. You can Google on that and go to YouTube and see a lot of these films if you're interested. And it's up to you to believe what you want to believe. There is of course a lot of scrap also, or at least I might believe that. That's my paradigm maybe. Anyway, if we listen to quant physics, if we listen to spiritual leaders, or we listen to future scientists, they say all the same. What we will need in the new paradigm is trust. That's where Agile fits in. That builds very much on trust and on self-control instead of management control. Awareness, that we are very aware of how we behave, how we think, what we say, and what we feel. The Homo luminans, that's what is said also. The most important brain power still. But did you know that our heart have 40,000 neurons, brain cells? And we have approximately the same in our stomach, in that system. We have a lot of memory space in our cells. And when we learn to use that, we will become more intuitive. So that is I can use this now. I've been holding this for the full time, using it. Well, 2012, that's a magic year, isn't it? Have you seen the planets, Jupiter and Venus? They were very visual yesterday, very close. Anyway, you can believe what you want in this. I take it up just as a curiosa, more or less. Nostradamus, he said that the world would change when the two towers falls. And then you might have seen the connection to 9/11 and what happened in the world after that. He also has said that there will be a Nordic light going over the world in 2012. And that is exciting. We are part of the Nordic light, aren't we? I think, or my belief is that, well, the Nordic light, why is that the situation? What can we learn or teach others, the rest of the world? I work with a paradigm measuring tool that is called the Identity Compass. You know probably Myers-Briggs or IPU. IPU measures two thinking patterns, 2 dimensions. Myers-Briggs measure 3. When it comes to Identity Compass, you measure 21. You measure how you how you take in information. You measure your driving forces. You measure how you communicate, and you also measure your leadership. So, how are you thinking, and what will that happen? How will that give effects on your leadership and your communication style? And when I have measured that, I have measured it on different cultures. When I use that, it's also measure how well we, how easily we trust ourselves and others, and it measure how skeptical we might be. And what I have found out is that Scandinavians, or at least Swedes, they tend to have a very high level of trust. Probably because we haven't been into war for so many years. So I think we have something to learn the rest of the world when it comes to trust, really. If I do the same measurement on Americans or on people from the Mid-East, it's totally different. Even though in Mid-East, it's very much on relation and trust, but they have also been so many hard things to handle. So, and you have seen maybe that people. How many here believe that people are good? How many think that people are evil? There are evil people, at least. Yeah, there are maybe. I don't think they are evil from the beginning. But that is also a paradigm. What do you believe, really? Are people evil or are they good? That is paradigms that we have. Well, some spiritual leaders also talk a lot about Maya, the Maya calendar. And the Maya calendar, it ends on the 21st of December 2012. What will happen then? Do you know what will happen the 21st of December 2012? Anyone? Nothing. Yeah, probably. Oh, that's great. In fact, the Gregorian calendar also ends by that date. What will happen is that the Earth will be exactly in the middle of the galaxy of Milky Way on the 21st of December 2012. That will happen. And you know how the Milky Way looks like? It goes like this. So we will change direction in the universe. So something might happen. Anyway, we might calculate our days in a different way. Maybe it will not be exactly 24 hours on one day. What if? So why make a calendar that doesn't work after that date? The Maya culture have been through this. This happened 30,000 years ago. And the Maya culture are the only culture that was alive when that happens. So they might have some knowledge of it. But then it has been transformed, so that could be. And you know how it is with communication. If we whisper something to someone and then they whisper it, you know, for the third or fourth person, it's a totally different message. So what to believe? It's up to you. I also recommend you see what happens in the world. US are really in trouble when it comes to economy. They have $1.2 trillion in debts today, and they ask for 3 times more right now. Money that doesn't really exist. There are no money out there. It's lots of numbers though on a database somewhere. Mike Maloney. You can Google on Mike Maloney, go to YouTube and find. He has 1.5 hour film of how the life cycles of money works. And he prescribes that 2012, the autumn of 2012, there will really be an economical breakdown in US. And probably Europe will follow. And that is not so, it could be a bit frightful though. But if we just believe it is the way it should be. You can follow the money today. Where are the money? In China. There's a lot of money in China. China is also, will also have a new leader, Yang Ping. And he has a totally different belief or paradigm when it comes to trust, in trusting people and empowering people. So it will be very interesting to follow China for the next years to come. China is, by the way, also buying most of Africa right now. So that's where the power, muscle power at least, and the brain power also, because they learn so much faster than we learn faster than we, but they have things that we have built up. They can just adapt, and they have the discipline to use it in another way. That might be our trap, the discipline, the self-control. If you want to follow the Earth into the Milky Way, and you can look on NASA, it's a lot of information there also that this is really happening, and it's happening now. What will happen 11:11 a.m. is that we are exactly in the middle of the Milky Way. And what will happen then is that or not like this, because it has already started. So it's not like, it will be a total breakdown or earthquakes and things like that. It could be. What will happen then is that the magnetic field of the Earth is right now, it's going in from the bottom, the South Pole, and it goes up to north, and then there is a magnetic field that goes in this direction. The magnetic field of human beings are the same. We also have this magnetic. What is happening is that the poles will change polarity. So the plus and minus on the Earth will be different. And this has already started. When we listened to Christian von Bengtsson yesterday about his spacecraft, it's like really for compasses today. They fly in, so to say, the airplane or whatever. I can't find the right word right now. What does it say? Yeah, the flight industry. They really have difficulties right now because the North Pole has moved from north of Canada to Siberia. So all routes have changed. So you cannot use the compass. You have to calibrate your compasses over and over again to be sure that this happens. So this will happen, but it's ongoing, and it probably is ongoing for 2 years. And what will happen with people is the same. We will change polarities. So instead of having a flow like this, we will have a flow like this. We start through the brain, down to the heart, and then out in the rest. Instead of having roots, we will have connection. Maybe. What happens if it goes like this? You don't know. Maybe nothing. Or we get more intuitive. The spiritual leaders, they claim that today we use a third of our brain. When this flow changes, we will get in contact with a full brain. And then we get powerful. What if they are right? So I don't know. I just keep on bringing out those messages and thinking of, if I can inspire you to something today, it would be like a mindset of, what if there is something that is right in this? That is the only thing that I expect from it. What if? That is what I do. What if? I have no clue if this will happen, but it's really exciting. And what the spiritual leaders also say, they say there is nothing to fear. We don't have to fear anything. That's what everyone says in this, that have some connection with the universe. or whatever it is. Okay, so would you like to test your powerful brain? I will talk a little bit about powerful brain. I have combined to my structure and the methodology of project management, to my PMP and my Scrum and my coach technique and so on. I have learned some techniques of how to use more of your brain, and I do that with theta brainwaves. Theta brainwaves, they are slower, or you have a longer wavelength in theta brainwaves than you have in the brainwave that we use when we communicate and talk like this. We'll come back to that. But when we start with a powerful brain. 10% of our brain is occupied with conscious thoughts. Do you know that our brain, this is increasing every time we hear information about this, it's increasing. But it has been measured that we get information from our different senses. We pick up information 11 million bits per second, that's the size we put in. 40 pieces, 40 bits out of 11 million are getting conscious. And that is usually the things that we are very interested in, or we say, something is wrong here. So that is how it works. Or if it's something starts smelling, like it smells like fire, then like smoke, then maybe that's what gets conscious to us. Something that fears us. 10%, 90% works with our conscious processes, our subconscious processes. You can use a metaphor. Nisse Simonsson, is a medicine doctor here in Sweden. He has written a book that in Swedish, in English, if I translate it, it says, "Why do we feel so bad when we have it as good as we have it today?" Something like that. That's a free translation, though. And he says that you can compare your brain with an elephant and an elephant driver. The 10% is the elephant driver, and the 90% of the subconscious is an elephant. How many elephants died in Khao Lak when the tsunami came? 0. None, even though they had an elephant driver that tried to keep them trapped. That is the same thing with our brain. The elephant loves to do what the elephant driver asks for it, as long as the elephant believes it's good for it. If the elephant doesn't believe that, nothing can make them obey. I don't know about you, but when I started my company, I hated to make those cold phone calls to get meetings, to try to sell something, and hopefully get to do what I think is so fun, making change happen. So sometimes it could be full days. I got a coach, and I had easy goals. He said, you have to call one person every day. And I said, that couldn't be too hard to do, so okay, I go for that. Some days it was really easy, went up, start in the morning, made my call, and I have energy the full day. I reached my goal. Other days, I was filled with fear. I really did nothing. Check my mailbox, thinking of what to do next, got some coffee, a lot of escape. Maybe Google, go into the home page, the web page of that company that I was about to call, and see if there are any news. And maybe I called after that time, no one there. And then 2 hours I went away for nothing. Anyone that recognizes it? Yeah, that could happen. Because on my subconscious, I had some fears of people if I don't see their faces. My control, I needed to have control. So I had to work with that on my subconscious. Now it's not that difficult at all, since I've got rid of those fears. Do you recognize this? Good. Do you know what you can do about it if you have the same fear when it comes to telephone, the fear of telephones? You can put a rubber band. It should be with some width, a rubber band around your wrist. Or what you say? Wrist. Yeah. And every time when you're trying to get away from that call, go and have some coffee, then you stop yourself. You take the rubber band like, and then you think, no, stop sign. What was I supposed to do? Yeah, I should call, make my call, and your heart is beating. Now I did it again. I don't have to do that. Your heart is beating. And so even though fear is almost unhandleable, you make your call, and hopefully you get the meeting you want, or whatever you call about, and then you go and have your coffee. It takes 2 days to get rid of that fear. Promise. Usually, nowadays, I just have to put on the rubber band. And then I go and make my calls. Because then I have decided, okay, I should make my calls today. So I told my brain, I'm not joking, we're going to do this today. Okay. Do you want I should say this first. When it comes to intuition, to have the flow, really to get more in contact with the whole human being you are, with all your cells. You need to take care of 2 bodies. The first body is, of course, the physical body, to make sure that you are in balance. It's hard to be intuitive if your back is really aching, or you have a headache, or even if you have to take pills for the headache, then it's usually then you shut pieces of the brain out. You need your brain to be intuitive. Alcohol is not the best thing either. Should be careful what you ask for when you are when you have drinking some alcohol. Then stay on earth. The other body that you should take care of is the energy body. This is taken from Caroline Myss. She has written a book that is called the spiritual anatomy, spiritual anatomy. She says that take care of your energy body, there are 4 things to be in your full power. You need to take care of that energy body, and there are 4 things in general that drains your energy, that have power, make you powerless. And those 4 things, first thing is money. Money is a really powerful force, and it can have power over you. If you are in desperate need of money, you might compromise with your own strong beliefs. And maybe say yes to a project that you don't really believe in. I work with a colleague, he always says, I never say yes to a project that I couldn't have said no to. I think that's a good advice. So I never say yes to a project that if I cannot say no to it either. So money is one thing. So money is only an energy form. Change energy for money. The only energy form that is limited in life is time. Everything else is in abundance. anything else you can have in abundance, if you want to, if you remove your blockings for having it and use the law of manifestation and the law of attraction. Another thing that is blocking our energy flow is people that we need to control. If you have a person around you that you think is controlling you, you probably is controlling that person very much. In abuse, this is something that is really visual. That say an alcoholic needs to control their partner to be able to drink, and the partner have to control the alcoholic so they won't drink. Then it's very visual. People from who we need confirmation, they also have power over us. And finally, people that we cannot forgive for some reason. So if you have any of these that you think is now blocking your flow, you can take care of that with theta brainwaves. It's easy, and it's even fun. So, see, what time is it? Speak to each other just for 2 minutes. Take the second question. What would be different if you as a project manager would be more in contact with your intuition daily? Please, 2 minutes. That's good. Okay. I got you thinking. That's good. That's what my intention was. Anyone that would like to share your thoughts? Yeah, please.
Yes, thank you. Okay, we were thinking about that we fully believe that the intuition and passion are needed to manage the complexity. The complexity that in projects is not only the technical or managerial complexity, but mainly is the human complexity,
Yeah.
relationship and interface with people, so people. So
Yeah.
that's our.
Yeah. So it's the challenges is usually humans, so you really need to have intuition to handle people, to communicate on the listener's terms. You need to understand them with your stomach. Yeah, that's right. Okay. What would happen if you don't have that intuition?
You're limited.
Yeah, you're limited. Yeah. 90% of all mistakes in projects are usually communication related. If you limit your communication, what would be possible? What a potential we have if we use it. Anyone else that would like to share? Come on, you're so many. I am only one. Yes.
Top management would be very nervous
Ah?
because you produce less formal reports,
Yeah,
plans, and
yeah,
detailed
yeah.
estimates.
Yeah, that would happen. If they're not intuitive too.
You need to compensate that with a lot of more passion.
Yeah, a lot of more passion, or a lot of more information, or informal information. High performance teams, really, it has been proven that in high performance team, usually you have a quite mediocre or medium level of documentation, but a very high level of trust between the project manager and the senior management, or the sponsor or order, or whatever you call it. It's different depending on in what company you are, but sponsor is somebody that pays for it, not necessarily. So senior management is the PMI language. Yeah, right. Okay, anything else? Okay. Would you dare to test? So now it's the funny part. Now I'm going to teach you how to test what is true about you on a subconscious level. Would you like to join? This is totally safe to do this. So you don't have to be afraid. I will not test, or we will not let anyone test something that you will not allow. So the free will is a universal law, and even I have to obey it. So if you please stand up and find a partner, one person, so work 2 and 2. Så 15 minuter. Får jag låna dig? Okay. We change places like this so I don't have difficulties with Fritz over there. So what you're going to do now is that we will only test if your first name is, if your subconscious believes that your first name is really what your first name is. But first of all, we will test if muscle testing is working on you today. If it doesn't work, it's either because you have a low level of water in your body. You need water for your muscles to act properly, for your reactions. Or it could be that you think this is too spooky, so you will not allow it. Then you can test it at home instead. So if I just ask you to hold your hand out like this, and then you say yes, 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 and I will try to push it down. You say yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hold, you should withhold. Say
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay,
yes.
if you say no,
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 no.
no, 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 no.
then it's harder to keep it up, isn't it? Or if you test. You shouldn't let me so easily
I'm so
do
strong,
it.
so you know.
Yeah. Okay. So then I work harder. Okay. If you say yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Eller
yes,
ja,
yes,
ja,
yes,
ja.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, and then you say no, 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 no.
No, 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 no.
And
no, no,
the
no,
same.
no, no, no.
I feel the difference.
You do.
Yeah, I do. You test. So you test on each other. It doesn't matter what arm.
Är min klass med då? Eller jag?
Nej, men det är så. I will explain. Jag förklarar det strax. Förlåt, jag skulle förklara det här för dig innan. Okay. This was so interesting, wasn't it? Great. Got you going. Okay. Then you will have another instruction. Does it work? Yeah, more or less. Okay. It might be a little bit frightening. Or could be water. It could be water. Yeah. So then you drink more water and you test again. Okay. What you now should test is use your names. So like your Leif. So you say, we test, yes. What's yes?
Yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes,
okay.
yes, yes, yes.
My name is Leif. You say that.
Many times?
One time.
My name is Leif.
And then you keep. And then you say, my name is Anette. That's me.
My name is Anette.
No, it's not.
That's a bit tricky.
It's not. That's me. You test. Yeah, it worked. Now you felt the
It's my
difference.
stage name.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. May I have your attention again? Even though this is fun, I know. Okay. I will give you new instructions. So if I great, I love this. Get you going. Okay, this is one way of muscle testing what is true about you on the subconscious. And then you have to, usually you need help from someone else. Would you like to learn how to do it on your own? Okay. Then if you just, well, you stand up, but you can have your nose in my direction. And then this is also, then you just shut your eyes, and then you shouldn't do that yet. Sorry. Maybe it's good if you look at me for a second. I'm sorry for that. Okay, this is how you do it. It's like you should be relaxed, so let your shoulders fall down, be a bit bendable in your knees, so you don't and make sure that you are so relaxed so your body could easily move in front and back like this. Take a deep breath. Make sure your stomach is moving when you're breathing. And then you can shut your eyes, because when you then shut your eyes and you stand in this relaxed position, and then you say yes, 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 and then you just wait for your body to respond. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Anyone that fell forward? Had a move? Maybe someone had another response. That could be. Most commonly, if we are polarized the same way as the Earth right now, we move forward. If we look at north, it could be also, but it could be, again, water balance or fearful. This is a bit frightening. Okay, we test no, 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 and see if you have a different response. No, 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 no. Okay? Okay, test yes, yes, yes again. So make sure that you have different, because it could be. Yes, 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 yes. It works for some. I see that you move. It could be that it doesn't. So if you want to, I will read some things that could be good to have in the new paradigm when it comes to trust and intuition. And you just say after me and see what I also shut my eyes or look at this one, so you don't. And everyone will shut their eyes, so they will not see what your body answers. It doesn't matter. There are some questions if you want to join. Okay, so make sure you are relaxed, shut your eyes, and my first question is, I have plenty of time. Okay. I work with ease and joy. I learn with ease and joy. I understand the universal definition of trust. I know how trust feels. I am trusted. I trust others. I trust myself. I understand the universal definition of respect. I know how respect feels. I am respected. I respect myself. I respect others. Okay. Would you like to be able to say yes to all these questions? Then you only say yes right now, and I will download it to you. So we test again. Something might have changed. We'll see, for some of you. I have plenty of time. Anyone that have a different answer? No? Someone? Good. Change have happened. I work with ease and joy. I learn with ease and joy. I understand the universal definition of trust. I know how trust feels. Any change? No? Someone changed? Good. Can't help them all. Made a difference for that one. Good. I am trusted. I trust myself. Okay. I respect myself. Okay. Thank you. I didn't test all of them, but some of you got the difference. And how did that work? You don't even have to believe in it, though. Yeah? Yeah, I know. Okay. This was spooky, or? Yeah. If there are no other blocking, it's like we can have a lot of thinking patterns, like like this, and there is a lot of thinking patterns, and there could be a big one in the bottom. And if we withdraw that one, a lot of other things might also move in the way we think. So sometimes we need really to coach individually to find that core belief that keep other beliefs. So if it didn't work, it's not because, either it could be because it's a bit frightful, so you didn't really allow me to do this, but it could also be like we didn't find the core belief that you have. But if there were no blockings like that, change might have happened by giving attention to it. What I do, and what has been physically proven, if that a Theta brainwave practitioner works with a client And especially if we have cell contact, it can work also on distance. But human brains and human membranes, the skin is the biggest organ we have, the biggest organ we have in the body. If we have cell contact, it has been proven that if one person goes into theta brainwaves, the other person's brain will follow. And in theta brainwaves, our brain works in 5 different frequencies. We have beta brainwaves, which is approximately 28 cycles per second when we are communicating, talking like this. When we are meditating or daydreaming and so on, we have alpha. It's 7 to 14 cycles instead. And then we get more in contact with our subconscious. When we are in hypnosis, or when we dream, when we sleep, REM sleep, then we have a frequency of 4 to 7 cycles, and that is theta brainwaves. And this has been measured and it has been proven. And when we open up for theta brainwaves, then we become telepathic. Not definitely so you get conscious about what other people think, not that way. But if I think and give order to that this change will happen and you are also in theta brainwaves, you will have that program if you say yes, because the free will is needed. That's how it works. And it has been proven that it works. And that's how you can remove blockings. And that's what a theta brainwave practitioner do. And if you, just to see how it works, you can work with affirmation. And then you do it consciously in words, and then you do like this. It's like you have quite many waves that comes, but they are not so big. So you have to make them you have to do it over and over and over again to make change happen. If you work with theta brainwaves, it's like 7, the amount of impact the wave has, it's 7 times bigger. So then it's like in your brain. So that's how it works, and that's why it works so fast. If you're interested in this, you can contact me for different things. You can go into a mentor program where we can talk about structure and work breakdown structure, stakeholder maps, how to handle your stakeholders, whatever. We can work with you in coaching, and we can also remove blockings that you might have. So it depends on what you think. You can also go only for removing blockings, the theta program, that is 5 sessions, 30 minutes each. I also work on VIP days where we work with a group of 1 to 5 persons. And we work with whatever it is right now that your company is or your project is needing. There is also a change agent course, the 11th to 13th of June here in Malmö. Anyone that would like to have a free ticket to that should place their business cards in the glass bowls below the chairs on the way out. You can do that also if you would like to have my newsletter or if you're interested in contact. I will be here at least until after lunch during this day, so if you're interested to talk to me, please do so. Some contact. You can also add me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn if you want to, and get updated. I use Twitter a lot, and it's connected both to Facebook and LinkedIn, so then you can get information what is ongoing in making change happen. Well, thank you for your attention and your presence.